We are variables.
That means we can change. But we change for different reasons.
I am an independent variable. If something is independent, it isn't controlled or influenced by the other variables.
I am a dependent variable. What happens to me depends on the other variable.
When a scientist sets up an experiment or plans an observation, it is me, the independent variable, that they think is causing something to happen.
Yeah. She's bossy and makes me do stuff. I depend on her. If we have a good relationship, I will change if she changes.
Hey, just because I make things happen doesn't mean I'm bossy. It just means I might be influencing you.
That's what I said. Bossy.
Anyway, the scientist could be wrong. Maybe we don't have any relationship. That is why they must make observations, collect data, analyze it, and then make a conclusion. First, they come up with a question that asks if the independent variable is causing a change in the dependent variable. For example, can Miss Independent make Mr. Dependent blush? Pucker up. Oops.
Hectares ha 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 ha. Or can Miss Independent make me, the dependent, laugh? What happens to me depends on the independent variable. So both of us must be in the question.
After making more observations and researching the question, the scientist will make a prediction and write a hypothesis stating what he believes the relationship is between the variables.
For example, the scientist may state, when Miss Independent passes gas, it will make Mr. Dependent laugh.
Then the scientist must test it through controlled observations or experiments. Both of us must be in the experiment in order to see if there is a relationship between us. But the scientist can only make adjustments or changes directly to me.
The scientist then observes me, the dependent variable, to see how I will react. If there is a relationship between me and the independent variable, then I will change as she changes, because I am dependent.
But sometimes no matter how the independent variable changes, the dependent variable remains the same.
If I don't change in response to the independent variable, then it means that there is no relationship between us. How sad.
To help the scientist see this relationship, it can be analyzed by putting the observations in a graph. The independent variable is on the x-axis.
The dependent variable is on the y-axis. Straight up. Yo.
The data is plotted on the graph and a best fit line is drawn through the points.
If the line is slanted up, then there is a positive relationship between us.
If the line is slanted down, then there is a negative relationship between us.
Sometimes the line will go up and down, meaning that our relationship is both positive and negative at times.
But if the line remains mostly flat, then there is no relationship between the independent and dependent variable.
Which means she has no influence over me.
Now it is your turn. Write your own dialogue between the independent and dependent variable.